Well, I think the cancellation is officially complete for Dr. Disrespect. We are never going to probably ever see the messages that um, are the only thing that could possibly redeem Doc's reputation. And even that, they would have to be wildly exaggerated in the media, which wouldn't be that hard to believe. But now, the final nail in the coffin last night, YouTube has unceremoniously, and with no announcement that I've seen, uh, removed Dr. Disrespect from the YouTube partnership program, demonetizing his channel, and effectively ending his future on YouTube. Now, many people have pointed out he could go to Kick, he could go to Rumble, he could go to his own website, I don't know if he could go to Facebook or not. These are possibilities, and I suspect if he wants to continue streaming, that's what will happen. He'll go to Kick, because at least he can get memberships there. He's obviously probably not going to get a quote-unquote deal from Kick, but he could earn money. I have no idea how many paying members Doc had, but it was in the many thousands. He was probably earning hundreds of thousands of dollars a month in YouTube memberships. And then sometime around, I don't know, 7 or 8 o'clock last night, even I told everyone I was a member of the Champions Club from the day he joined YouTube because, well, I didn't know any better. I thought he was hosed by Twitch, and he may still have been. I got an email in the middle of the night that said, hey, memberships are paused for Dr. Disrespect. And I was like, okay, well, they just demonetized him. Now, I don't know if YouTube made a formal announcement, but now also Twitch has also banned Nickmercs. Now, I would be remiss if I did not mention that obviously Nick has nothing to do with what Doc did, and people going after Nick is completely different. But there is an interesting connection. It's my opinion that the only reason that this finally came out about Doc is because Nick kind of kicked the hornet's nest by saying, leave the kids alone. I know this because of all of the replies and all of the hate that Nick got, even though he was not the one that was sending any of the messages. Nick speaking out against bad behavior in a particular community was boiling them. They were fuming about it for over a year the last time he said something. Then maybe a few weeks ago, it came out, or Nick had said, hey, these, certain types of people are not real people. You're either a boy or you're a girl. And then coincidentally, a few days later, they released, somebody finally kind of leaked what the real reason Doc was banned for. Now, I assume that means they probably didn't have anything on Nick, and they figured the best way to hurt him would be to hurt his friend. These people who are moralizing on Twitter about it and celebrating it, they never cared about protecting kids. They never cared about what Doc did. They cared that Doc's friend dunked on the LGBTQ community. And I concede that does not untext somebody that Doc should not have been texting, right? That does not undo that, okay? But the motivations of those involved are not quite as pure as they would want you to think. Nickmercs was banned from Twitch. Now, I didn't know he was streaming on Twitch because I thought he had a Kick deal anyway. But Nickmercs said that he was banned for using the word transmission on Twitch. Maybe because he was on somebody else's stream and he had said it. I don't know exactly. Apparently, that's a derogatory term, he said. That's on me. Next time, I'll use mental health disorder. These are the words of a man that does not give a single F. You see people, he doesn't care. He's going rogue. The woke left is really upset, saying he needs to be banned on everything. Nah, I don't think so. I think Nick's allowed to have his opinions. And that's why he went to the platform he went to. He's allowed to. I've never endorsed kind of like going out of your way to be, mean directly to somebody for, just something like how the way they are. But, Nick has been enduring these lunatics on Twitter and everywhere else for months. And I'm not surprised that he's basically said, I don't care. And by the way, you can see the tweet where he said this. He has nearly 100,000 likes. I don't think he cares about being banned on Twitch because he's got a kick deal anyway. Now, YouTube suspends monetization on Dr. Disrespect's channels following serious claims. Now, YouTube has officially suspended monetization on the channel of Dr. Disrespect, the popular streamer known as Dr. Disrespect, amid continuing reports surrounding some bad behavior from nearly 10 years ago. YouTube added that it took action on the channel for, quote, violating creator responsibility policy. The policy, as the spokesperson notes, means that if a creator's off-platform behavior is bad, employees, if it harms users, employees, or the ecosystem, they may take action to protect the community. Essentially, it's a clause in the YouTube contract that says we can ban you for any reason we really want to. If you're out there tweeting insane stuff or you're out there doing something we don't want you to do, you don't have to actually upload a video that violates terms of service. We'll just ban you because we want to. They did not ban his channel. His channel still exists, but they did demonetize it effectively, meaning, that's it for him on YouTube. Will he even ever return? I'm unsure about that, to be honest with you. Like, it's very odd to me. You can't just say this, obviously. Not great. Obviously, not great. However, all of this happened, as far as I know, with nobody seeing these messages. He was fired from the company he co-founded. He lost his bourbon company. He lost his sponsorship with Turtle Beach. He was completely demonetized on YouTube, and none of these people saw these messages. It's a little scary, right? Now, obviously, he made an admission that he did send them, okay? And I don't necessarily buy that they were just kind of no big deal, because he himself even said, like, they were borderline, or they were on this, that, or the other thing. I published a video earlier today where, it looks pretty suspicious. Some various other, conversations that he had. YouTube's confirmation comes out after several on social media pointed out Thursday evening that his channel no longer had monetization features available, including paid memberships. It also follows a week of continuous new details surrounding the circumstances. Not really. There really wasn't any continuous new details. 2 weeks ago, some guy said he was banned for texting somebody he shouldn't have been. That was it. The Rolling Stone, which is a rag, a magazine that has many times printed knowingly, in my opinion, horrible lies, published that an anonymous source confirmed it. We never saw the messages. They even said, hey, you're not going to see the messages, this, that, and the other thing. So it's like, I am willing to, acquiesce and say, look, I assume that this happened. He has, all but admitted it happened. The only, sliver of hope that I can hold on to is that it was overblown in these messages. But since we're never going to see them, we're never really going to know that. But it is an interesting thing that all of these companies banned him without ever seeing the messages. That's, maybe they weren't that bad. I don't know, but I think that most people would agree that, you shouldn't ever be messaging somebody that is, young. And certainly he admitted that he did that. The report from yesterday said that the messages, not only in the messages, again, according to an anonymous source, the messages that were sent, he knew that he shouldn't be talking to them, and he said he was okay with it, and he continued the type of conversation that he was having anyway. That, for me, it was it. I wish I could see those messages to really feel good about, breaking ties. And obviously, I admit I am biased. I really enjoyed Doc's streams, and I watched him for a lot of years. And all I can say is that, I hope that, these messages and all this bad behavior was from 2017, almost a decade ago. All right. Hopefully he's been living a righteous path ever since then. He got help with what is very obvious, some level of addiction. As far as we know, no charges were filed. He was never arrested. There were people spreading false rumors last night on Twitter, from what I could see, or on X, sorry, that he was getting arrested. There's no evidence to support that. If that was going to happen, that would have happened 7 years ago. There's just no denying that. He had a problem. All I can say is, like, as a human being, I hope that he's doing better. I hope that he has, overcome that, stopped that type of behavior. And he's got a really big uphill battle. He's got a really big uphill battle to regain his reputation. Who knows if he'll ever return? I don't know. If he does, I assume it'll be on Kick or Rumble, or his own website or something like that. I suspect he's going to have to put out a video. He's going to have to put out a video and explain his side of it if he wants to return. I suspect he's made enough money where he can just say, I'm out. I'm done on this. He's probably made enough money where he can just do that and, fade off and hopefully focus on being a good dad, a good father, things of that nature. That's my hope. But at this point, I'd say the cancellation has been completed. Fortunately, if he has been on the straight and narrow, and if he has a good redemption arc, is which I can hope for, just like I'd hope for any person, nowadays there are other options where he can stream. Kick, Rumble, all these other platforms. And I hope that he, acknowledges what he did was wrong, which he has done. I hope that he can have a redemption arc. I really do. I don't really think that that's that weird to say. But at this point now, he's going to have to make a statement, and he's going to have to really put it all out there. In an ideal scenario, he would actually put the messages out there for people to see just how bad it actually was. Because if it really was really, really bad, then there's probably no redeeming it. But if it was overblown and maybe just spicy talk back, I don't know. I'm grasping at straws. For right now, Doc is cooked. I think if he wants to make a comeback, he's going to have to make a statement. He's going to have to put it all out there. And he's going to have to start over on a different platform, which at least I could say nowadays is a thing you can do 5 years ago that you couldn't do. I hope you were informed by this video. If you were, please do leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, subscribe down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.